Good morning, Stefan. On time once again. Great stuff, man. Share it, get them in. Powerful message this morning. Let's get it done, guys. As always, I go live a little bit earlier. Eventually, there will be an intro video. Make something really beautiful. Maybe I should work with Stefan because he makes a lot of awesome videos. Should work with you and should sit down sometime and make an intro video, complete song and everything. Make it like a little sitcom or an episode thingy. Its own intro video before we go live. I think that's not a half bad idea. This bit is busy loading something on you. I want you guys to see. Else is just really slow. Almost done with it. Trying out the new light source as well, and guess what the new light source is? My freaking phone just physically flash on my phone. Busy trying out. There we go. Save this and load it quickly. Continuing our series from the week. Maybe just this a little bit softer. Loving the powerful music, but just loaded it a little bit softer there. Always ready for a good motivation. Thank you, Stefan. Appreciate it, man. There we go. Loaded on. It's our topic for the day. Let's get this right. Close down all other things. Good morning. Welcome. Whoever is viewing, wherever you are viewing from. Got guys in the Philippines watching. Some guys all over the place. Watching from anywhere, watching from everywhere. Whatever profile it is, Twitch, YouTube or Facebook. Ali Vanessa Botha, Bantu, Stefan Gous, Timothy De Bruin, thank you so much for your likes, guys. Hopefully you stick around and watch the video. I think it's really going to be, no, I know it's really going to be a powerful message. Like I say, we are continuing our theme for the week, which, here I am. Look, there's a little bit of light that's coming from the side and obviously from out the window, but it makes the camera just look a little bit better. So, okay. Monday, we had the topic about today is the day. Tuesday, we said you will never have this day again. Yesterday, we spoke about not wasting time. And to continue in the series, to continue in this theme for the week, I wanted to talk about no more excuses. It's while you are wasting time, while you are not realizing that this could be your last day, that you will never have this day again, that today is the day you are supposed to make the change, while you are realizing all of this, Do you make excuses about why you are not doing it? Excuses are absolutely pointless. And I want to ask you guys something this morning quickly, and I hope I get some comments. Can see your sexy dimples. Thanks, man. I want to ask you guys something, and I'm going to wait in the comments to see what you guys reply. But tell me, who's your hero? I'll wait for your reply. Who is your hero? Let's see what you guys come up with. Fawaz, what's up? What's up, man? Thank you for checking in. See those comments. I'm sitting here waiting anxiously. Hero is the Flash. Okay. Stefan, you got any ideas on this? Any particular hero you want to mention for us? Really weird, just sitting here. My hero, I would say it will have to be my mother. Right. Oh, and Fawaz says, and you. Oh, what a guy. I appreciate that. But now I want to tell you how wrong you are. Okay. Because the Flash, yes, great character. I used to have heroes like Captain America, the values that he has, that he instills in others. The absolute unwavering sense of self and sense of justice that he had. And then I got older and I had heroes like The Rock that absolutely destroyed the physical limits of what a human can actually do. Arnold Schwarzenegger that won the Mr. Universe at 20, and we spoke about this yesterday. At 20 years old, he won the youngest ever person to win the Mr. Universe title. Jandre Barnard, hey Laserbot, what's up, man? So, why I'm mentioning this is I want to tell you guys how wrong we are about having these heroes. Do you know who your hero should be? You, in 10 years, in 5 years from now. That should be your hero. And just think about that, because making yourself in a future, your future self, your hero, and keeping that trend going every day, say, I am my own hero in 10 years from now. The future me, the 10 years from now me, is my hero. That keeps you chasing something continuously. That keeps you chasing something and never lets you sit down, because you are continuously chasing. If you are making one of these other guys your hero, like The Rock and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Steven Seagal, whatever the case may be, Oprah, if you're a lady, and that is your goal, to be like Oprah, then you are just going to be reaching that goal. You're going to be reaching the status or the level that hero is on that you have. And what comes after? What comes after? Because at some stage, they will not be who they are today. And you would have accomplished it. You would have accomplished being like your hero, getting to that space, and then there's nothing left because you had the wrong hero. But if you keep chasing yourself, your future self, yourself from 5 years from now or from 10 years from now, because you know where you are going, you know where your dreams and goals lie, you know where you want to end up, and you keep chasing that, you will never sit down. You will never stop pushing, grinding, and working towards being something greater than what you are now. And in 10 years, you will still have that goal that is 10 years away from you. And the only way that stops is the day that you pass away. But then you have accomplished so much because you kept on pushing yourself. which is amazing. You should be your own hero, your future self. That is the way, that is the person you should aspire to be. Aspire to be great. And learn. We spoke yesterday about not wasting time, so you shouldn't have any excuses to learn something new. And the only way, the best way to actually learn something new is just by doing it. That is truly the best way to learn something new, is just do it. And you will learn so much. You think that you cannot learn because, like yesterday, you don't have time, you don't have the patience, you have excuses. That is all you have, is excuses for not doing it. And wasting the time. The theme from yesterday ties into this so great, because it shows you that if you spend that time that you are wasting now, your excuses will fall away. You will get stuff done. And I heard something this morning while going through my own things, my own morning routine. I heard something that said that just because you are doing a lot of things doesn't mean you are getting a lot done. Think about that for a second. Just because you are continuously doing things does not mean you are getting a lot done. Because most of the time, the more you do, the more you fall behind. Because you are not focusing your time on the correct things. Could not have said it better. Love the inspiration. Thank you. Is it Jean Else? Having a hard time pronouncing that name. I don't know why. As you guys know, I'm not good with names, so John or Jane Else? Jaes. N. My bad. So learn and stop making excuses about it. The way we are living now, we just have so many excuses about why we can't do something, why we can't reach our goals. Oh, because I'm stuck in this job, because, my boss is oppressing me. Stop making the excuses and start doing it. You will learn so much more if you just start doing it. And I'm looking at these motivational videos every day, and one of my greatest fears, guys, is that I'm saying all these things and it's motivating you guys in some sense. And in some way you are motivated while we are talking, while we are making this video. But then 5 minutes after the video ends, then you guys forget that you should stay motivated, that you should stay or keep working, keep grinding, and stop making excuses about why you can't do things. Does he say, I sent you a great way to say, be your own hero, no more excuses. Okay, let me see that, what John sent us quickly. Message now, man. You need to stop relying on people for your happiness, because let's face it, people fucking leave and you're left with nothing. Why do you stand the fuck up and save yourself? Why don't you stand the fuck up and save yourself? Be your own damn hero. Be your own reason to smile. Exactly, Stefan. That is a beautiful message. And it's important for us to remember these things. And to stop making these excuses. Stop wasting time. Remember that today could be your last day. Stop having the excuses of, I couldn't do it today because I didn't have time. You have the time. You've got more than enough time to do it. I fear these things because, not for myself. If I come on here and make these videos, motivate you guys, educate you guys about the way that the world should be, the way that we should treat each other. And if I come out here and do it for myself, then I've already failed. If my excuse for not making these videos in the morning is that I woke up too late, then I have failed. Because these videos are here for you guys. It's here for each and every person out there that is watching it, that needs the inspiration, that needs to hear these things, that there is a better life out there. There is much, much better lives out there. But we need to start doing it. We need to stop making the excuses about why we are like we are and actually work towards a better future together. There's no other way to do it. If we stop making the excuses, but we are doing this because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, other people caused us to be like this. Bullshit! Other people did not cause you to be like this. You did it. You need to go stand in front of the mirror and say to yourself that you let me down. Nobody else let you down. You let you down. You owe yourself something. Nobody else owes you anything in this world. You owe it to yourself. You owe everything to yourself. And once you realize that, be thankful every single day. Be thankful what is already yours. If you have goals, if you have dreams, if you have a place where you want to go, an aim for your life, it is already yours. If that itch inside your heart, that drive, that motivation to do something that you want to do, to get somewhere you want to get, to be someone you want to be, if that itch is inside you, if that drive is inside you, if you have that hunger for something, then it is already yours. The fact that you have that hunger, that you have that itch in your heart to do this, means that is a sign from whatever you believe in, that is a sign from the universe to tell you that it is already yours. So be thankful for what is yours already. That is the only reason I fear these things, because I don't want you guys to be unmotivated 5 minutes after this video, 10 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, whatever. We need to start a revolution with this. We need to start a new way of thinking, of going forward, of stopping to make these excuses about why we are where we are and we are not where we want to be. It is because of us, no one else. No one else determines your life. Nothing else determines your life. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, what the color of your skin is, what your religion is, what your social standings are, whether you are rich or poor, no one else is to blame for that or in charge of that. Karina Hatting, morning CJ. Thanks, this speech really opened my eyes. Thank you, Karin. That means a lot. That is why I do it. It's not me. It's not me. The message is what is important. I'm not the one sitting here. If you guys walk away from here and see this message as, you know what, CJ is the one that said this, so it must be true, then I failed, because it is not me. It is not about me. It is about the inspiration, about the message that I am putting out here. I will go so far as to say that this is not my message, but each and every one of yours. And I'm thinking about how we make these excuses and saying, like I said earlier, my boss is riding me too hard. I don't have time to do all these other things. You know that I think it was Martin Luther King who said, the only way to be ridden is if your back is bent. Just think about that. So once again, who is to blame? You are. If you are bending your back, people are going to keep riding you, keep taking advantage of you, because you are doing it. It's not their fault. It's no one else's fault but yours. Stop bending your back and stop getting ridden by these guys, by anyone around you. And this whole week the theme has been stop doing what you are doing right now. Walk out of it. Walk out of that toxic relationship. Walk out of that pointless job that is just holding you back from reaching your full potential. That is not an excuse. If it's an excuse, you should let it go. You should walk away from it. If you see it as an excuse, get the fuck away from it. Please get the fuck away from it. If it's a job, oh, my boss is keeping me too busy. Walk out. Go and follow your passion. What you believe in. Not that job. That is not an excuse for reaching your dreams and goals. And remember, every time, I hope I'm saying it every time, but every time I talk about dreams and goals, I say dreams and goals, because that is what they should be. If they are just dreams, then they are just dreams. You should have dreams and goals, because you dream about something and the goal is to actually reach it. The goal should be at this stage to stop wasting time. Make today your day and stop making excuses. Because making excuses, once again, we are wasting time. Stop being a victim, is what I'm saying. You know, circumstance, wherever you are, that does not make you a victim. Once again, you make yourself a victim. So stop being a victim. Stop waiting for things to happen for you, because they are not. No one out there is gonna give you everything on a silver platter, gonna spoon feed you with a little golden spoon and make sure that you are okay today, tomorrow, the next day, whenever. No one is gonna do that. Don't be a victim, be a victor. There's a tiny difference. There's a very thin line between victim and victor. And that thin line is your hunger and your ability to overcome your excuses, to stop making them. When you stop making excuses and you keep on grinding towards your future, if you have yourself in 10 years or in 12 years or in 20 years as your hero, then you separate yourself from being a victim to being a victor. Then you cut away from being a victim. You are stopping yourself from becoming a victim, and you will become a victor. You will win. Once again, we can, we will, we must. We can do these things because we are ultra capable. We will do these things because we can and because we must. It is the in between. We will do it because we can and because we must. And we must do it because we will not be victims of circumstance. We will not be victims of our own excuses, of our own shortcomings, of our own belief systems. We will not be victims because we have only ourselves to blame. Stop blaming others for your shortcomings. Stop saying you are not where you want to be because of him, because of her, because of your boss, because of your family that is not loving you enough, because of your daddy that didn't hug you enough. I know that sounds harsh because I had a very strange, or not strange, but I had a very complicated relationship with my dad towards the end of his life. So I know it sounds harsh, but stop using that as an excuse. Stop blaming others. It is you. You are the only one standing in your way. I'm looking through comments and messages on WhatsApp. Guys, my number is on the group. If ever you don't make it in time for one of these videos, if ever you need more inspiration than this, phone me. My number is on there. There's a dial number which is the 066 number, and then there's a WhatsApp number that is the 081 number. WhatsApp me, SMS me if you want to stay anonymous, then call me from a private number. I don't mind. I will always take your calls, unless obviously I'm live. But don't make the excuses. Don't push yourself into a corner saying you are where you are because of other people. Winners win, losers lose. That's it. There's no gray area in between. It's black or it's white. No gray area. Winners win, losers lose. And the losers that lose are because they keep making excuses, they keep blaming others, they keep wasting time, they keep forgetting that today is the day, they keep forgetting that they might not ever have this day again, and that is why they lose. You realize that you don't lose or you don't fail because of circumstance or because whatever the case may be, whatever you're blaming for losing, you don't lose because of that. You lose or you fail because you stop trying. That is the only way to fail, is to stop trying. If you keep grinding, you stop making excuses, you keep pushing forward, you will make it. If you keep pushing forward, you will not be able to blame anyone else. If you keep moving forward, you will eventually not even be able to blame yourself, because you would not have anything wrong to say about yourself. You will not be able to blame yourself because you haven't done anything wrong inside your own life. Sorry, I wanted to open that the labels as well. I can't see. Okay, there we go. It's busy opening. We have to see who was the latest star sender and the latest follower. It's obviously important to us, so I want to see that. Change your perspective, guys. Like I say, the only way to fail is to stop trying. And we said this a couple of weeks ago in one of our motivational videos as well, that do not stop when you are tired, but stop when you are done. Because being tired is just another excuse. It's just another excuse not to carry on, not to push through. And it comes back to that little point we made yesterday while wasting time, that if you head for that tunnel, that you see the faintest little light at the end of the tunnel, stop using the darkness and the time wasting in between as an excuse not to push through. Stop wasting the time and blaming everything around you instead of heading forward. If you stop because you are tired, you will never reach the light. It's far away. Most of the time, it's cock far away. But when you get to that light, you will realize that even the smallest amount of light will always break the dark. So stop making excuses and head for that light. Head for it right now. Or as my brilliant Indian friend, he's proper Indian, from India, not even from South Africa. And he said to us, his name is Siddharth. And he said to us, he kept on saying to us, if anything needs to be done, do it RNF, right fucking now. And that's brilliant, because you do need to do it right fucking now. Stop making excuses right fucking now. And like I'm saying, change your perspective and fucking do it. Grind, work, make it happen. Push forward, push through that darkness, get to the light on the other side, and realize that you are the one that can illuminate the area around you. Even the smallest amount of light, even the tiniest little spark. And that spark that I keep speaking about, like when I say that one selfless act of kindness always sparks another. Do you see that light is always around you? Even though it is the faintest little light, it will always break the dark. The dark will never beat the light. There is no way that it can. The light will always beat the dark. Because as soon as you have total darkness, But you put that little bit of light in there. You broke the dark. And like I say, I keep saying this, you are not where you are because of him or her or that person or the next one or the circumstances you are in or the family that you grew up in, the surroundings, the city you live in, the air that you breathe. Are you gonna start blaming that as well? The air that you breathe is because you are where you are? That is fucking ridiculous. No one else has to do with where you are. Only you. You cannot blame anyone. You cannot take anyone accountable or hold anyone accountable for where you are. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, you let me down. If you're not where you want to be, then look in the mirror and say to yourself, it is you. It is because of you that I'm not where I want to be. You are the one that let me down. You are the one that owes me something. Saying that to yourself in the mirror, that you are the one that owes yourself something, is when you realize you need to accept that no one else is to blame, except that you are to blame. Accept it and move on from it. Strive to be better. Strive to stop making excuses and grind, work, make it happen right fucking now. Work on it. Don't just live. Strive, work, grind, get better, learn something new. Make sure that wherever you are going is because that is where you want to be. The excuses are holding us back. We are holding ourselves back. My microphone is almost holding me down, or my headset's wire getting caught in the cupboard here. You know, I've heard a lot of things over the last couple of weeks from a lot of different people. And these were all excuses, and these were all reasons why things did not happen. You don't have an excuse for anything that you are not getting done other than you not being hungry enough. Hunger will get you started. If you are hungry to get that future, if you're hungry to get to that goal, that dream and goal, if you are hungry to move forward and get it done, then consistency, hunger will actually get you started. But consistency will get you the win. Remember that hunger will get you the start, but consistency will get you the win. And consistency, consistently moving forward. The Carney principle. Remember the Carney principle we spoke about a couple of weeks ago? Consistent and never-ending improvement. Constant and never-ending improvement. So instead of making it a constant, let's make it consistent. Consistent and never-ending improvement. The Carney principle. C-A-N-I. Then you can never go wrong. You can stop making excuses and blaming others and actually push forward, actually be hungry to do something that benefits your life, that pushes you forward, that betters the people around you's lives. And I'm thinking about some of these things that I've heard the last couple of weeks. When I said that I want to push these videos worldwide, when I said that I want to be inspirational to the masses out there. And I know how I'm saying it is I want to be inspirational. But you guys must remember that it is not my message, it's your message. It's not about me. But still, when I said these things out there, when I brought it to the people that I wanted to inspire and that I wanted involved with this, and where I wanted to speak on the radio and on the TV channels, when I started working on it, and I'm still working on it, because these people started saying to me that it cannot be done. It is impossible. It is unbelievable that you would be this person that can do this. I love it. I love it when you tell me it cannot be done. I love it when you tell me that it's impossible. Because like Arnold Schwarzenegger said in his latest speech at that Olympics, the strongman, I can't even remember what the thing is called, but it doesn't matter because I feel the same way. Because if you tell me that it can't be done, it just means that no one has done it before. If you tell me that it's unbelievable, in fact, how on earth does that word actually exist? That it is unbelievable. If you see something happen, and I'm guilty of this probably more than anyone else, because when I'm watching games, when I'm streaming PUBG tournaments in the evenings, and I see these awesome kills, then one of my favorite things to say is, that was an unbelievable play. It's wrong. That is so dead wrong. Because if it was unbelievable, how the fuck did you just see it? Does that make any sense to you? That you have seen it and you have experienced it, but then you call it unbelievable? Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. That is why I'm saying these words confuse me. I don't know why they exist, why people are telling you these things, because you can experience it. If people are telling you that it cannot be done, it's only because no one else has done it before. If people are telling you that it's impossible, it means it is possible. There's no way for there's no reason for these words to actually exist. Because whenever someone tells you no, it should push you forward and try harder. It should make you more hungry to get it done. If people tell you that it is impossible, it should push you harder to get it done. If people tell you that it cannot be done, it has never been done, it means that you can be the first. How amazing is that? Do you not want to be the first one to do this? If you really have the drive to get this done and people are telling you that it's impossible, if people are pushing you forward to make yourself believe that you can do it, stop making the excuses. Stop saying, yeah, but you know, Frikkie said that it's impossible to do it. I don't give a shit what Frikkie said. If Frikkie told you that, it means that Frikkie is too shit scared to do it himself, but you can do it. Because you should have the drive. You should stop making the excuses. You should look yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am not where I want to be because of you. You let me down. No one else. Frikkie didn't let you down. Frikkie told you that it can't be done. But Frikkie is the one that actually is motivating you to get it done. If you turn that perspective into the positive, if you turn that around onto yourself and say, I can do it. I can, I will, I must. You must in this case because you want to be the first one to do it. There is no excuse for it. No fucking excuses at all. There's no way. There can't be any excuses. Like Stefan says, hunger movement. Hashtag hunger movement. Just by the way, full disclosure, I hate hashtags. But apparently I need to get onto Twitter and let the guys know there that I'm streaming as well. So, hashtag hunger movement. Lizan Homan sending out some love to us there as well. Thank you, Lizan. Stefan, light up the darkness from Stefan as well. Guys, why do these words exist? Take motivation from that. If you want something as much as you need to breathe, you will reach it. You will get it. And remember that if it was easy, then everyone would be doing it. I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy. I would never say that. It's gonna be cock hard. Most of these things that you do are gonna be hard. They're gonna feel impossible. But remember that there is no such thing as impossible. There is no such thing as it cannot be done. There is no such thing as it is impossible. No one has ever done it. You cannot do it. Like Shia LaBeouf and Nike said, just do it. And you will get it done. I promise you. If you are hungry enough to get it done, if you are hungry enough to realize that you need it, you want to do it, but you need it as much as you need to breathe, that is when you get the win. That is the hunger that I'm talking about. The hunger will get you started, and the consistency will get you the win. If it was easy, then there would be no Elon Musk. There would be no Richard Branson. There would be no Arnold Schwarzenegger. There would be no Oprah or Meryl Streep. There would be no Barack Obama. There would be no Nelson Mandela. There would be no you. If it was easy, think about that for a second. If it was easy, then there would be no you. Because you are unique in every single way. Everything you do in your own way, own unique way. Completely separate, different from how everyone else does it. I don't care if you follow the steps that someone else has written down, you are still doing it in your own way. So stop making the excuses. Impossible, no, add the space you need and be I'm possible. I'll do the hashtag for you. Thanks, Stefan. Great, man. We'll talk. There's actually a couple of things that we need to sort out, Stefan. I'll speak to you after this video. Guys, there is no such thing. I'm telling you that today. And throughout this whole series, throughout the whole week, we've spoken about a whole lot of issues that we've had enough, that the time is now, that we are not going to waste time anymore on these senseless things in our lives. These are all excuses. These senseless acts of violence, these things that are destroying our earth, it is excuses. They are all meaningless excuses, all telling us that it is impossible to fix the earth, impossible to fix the problems between races, between religions. It is not impossible. It just hasn't been done anywhere or anytime. It hasn't been done ever. That's all. It's never been done. But it doesn't mean it can't be done. One person can make a difference. We can all make a difference if we work together. That is it. If we get inspired and in return inspire others. Do not lie to yourself. If you're saying you're going to do something, then do it. If I sit here and tell you guys that I'm working on growing all of this, but it's not happening. Words are cheap. Action speaks volumes. The excuses in between are the things that make our words cheap. The excuses in between are making it seem impossible to some people. And they will keep telling you that. They will keep telling you that it is impossible to do this. It has never been done. I love it. And you should love it. Love it. Get them to say that to you. Go and talk to as many people as possible so that as many people as possible can say to you that it is impossible, you cannot do it. That will drive you to actually get it done. Let that be your drive, and the more you get it in, the more driven you are. The less you make excuses about not getting it done. Human spirit is unbreakable, is immensely strong, and you guys need to realize how strong your own spirit is, how strong you are just by yourself with no one around you. I used to say, and I know we've learned this in school as well, is that if you take one stick, break it, it's easy. But if you take a whole lot together, then it's a lot harder to break. Once again, it is not impossible. It's not impossible. Thing is, you need to be that unbreakable stick. One unbreakable stick all by itself. The masses will follow. If the masses start following you, if the masses start joining in onto this movement and say that enough is enough, no more excuses, no more wasting time, no more senseless acts, no more today is our day. Realize that today is our day, that we will never have this day again. So then they say, no more wasting time, no more excuses, let's get it done. Think about how quickly this world can change if we all stop making excuses about why it is the way it is. Stop blaming circumstance around you. And people's acts always influence others. It's very, very important. The acts influence the people around you. Think about everything that is happening. There's crime out there, so you lock your doors at night. It is not a conscious choice. It is not something you said when you first moved into a house. You said to yourself, oh, you know what? I want to lock my doors every day. I want to lock my doors every night because that's my choice. No, it's what we were pushed into. And if we stop making excuses and start changing the shit, then we will stop needing to do that. We will stop getting influenced by others around us and be able to live our own lives. Then we can look in the mirror finally and say to ourselves, you are the one that owes me something. Realize that. Go stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, you owe me everything. It is only because of you. You are the one that let me down, no one else. I did not oppress anyone else out there. No one else out there oppressed me. They didn't hold me down. They didn't stop me from reaching any type of future. I did that. I did that all on my own. It's no one else's fault, guys. No one else. And just remember that there is no black and white. There is there is only black and white. My apologies. There is only black and white. There is no gray area. It is right or it is wrong. It is an excuse or it is a drive. It is a reason to get up and go. If you're making excuses that you don't know how to do things, we spoke about this a lot yesterday. 6 to 7 hours in the day that you have to learn how to do these things. To stop making excuses, to stop blaming others and say, I don't know how to do it because no one has ever taught me. Exactly. That is actually a very important point. No one has ever taught you. But who's the one that needs to teach you? You. If no one else teaches you, because no one is just giving everything away for free, no one is doing something for the love of it. Your parents might teach you things, they might give you values, they might instill values onto you that you need to help others. They might be there for you and inspire you all the time, which is great. But even in their teachings, even in them trying to teach you something, you still need to learn. So you are effectively your own teacher. Always. Someone else can preach all day, all night, tell you what you need to learn, tell you what you need to know about the world, tell you what you need to know about all your subjects that you are studying in school. But that is just someone standing in front there giving you guidance. You are your own teacher. You are the one that needs to learn these things. And in that way, you are teaching yourself to do whatever you want to do. If you are not learning, if you are getting below average marks, it's because you are teaching yourself wrong. You need to change that mindset. You need to stop making excuses that you didn't have time to learn. You didn't have time to get into the class or get all the studies together. Stop making excuses that it's the teacher's fault. because the teacher is just a guide. The teachers cannot, and I really know this sounds really horrible, the way that I'm saying that the teachers cannot teach you, but if you really think about it, it's a fact. It's called a teacher, but it should just be a guide, a maths guide. I mean, if you didn't have a teacher sitting in front of the class or standing in front of the class telling you, these are all the things on the board, this is how everything works, you would still have the textbook, and the textbook usually is called a guide. So your teachers are maths guides, history guides, geometry guides, chemistry guides, but you are your own teacher. You are the one that needs to stop making excuses that I couldn't pass because of my teacher. I had the worst teacher. I had the worst class. I didn't understand the work. You know what? We live in an amazing age of technology. So use Google as another guide. If you don't understand the work, go and Google. You know, people used to say when we were growing up that stop letting your kids play so many video games. Stop letting them play video games. And the parents used to listen. The parents were like, oh no, only an hour a day or over the weekends you can play video games. And yes, to some extent I do agree with that. There needs to be limits on it. But still, if you are keeping your children away from technology, you are doing them so much harm. Don't allow society to tell you that you need to keep your kids away from technology, because what world do you think they are going to grow up in? What do you think is their future? Everything is technology these days. And if they know how to use it from a very young age and they spend a lot of time on it, it might better their future in a way that you cannot even comprehend right now. So stop blaming those things. Stop blaming technology. Because you are the one that can bring those values in. You are the one that is to blame. Finish and klaar. If your kids are unruly and not listening to you, they are bad kids. They are just naughty. It is your fault. It is no one else's fault. If you feel like you didn't teach them, it is your fault. Once again, not teach, but guide. And you need to guide them from a very young age to be their own teachers, to learn the values that they need in their life, to be the kind of people, the kind of kids that they need to be, because they teach themselves. Right now, we are letting them teach themselves how to be these unruly little shits. It's not the internet, guys. The internet does show some of these things, but don't blame the internet for it. If you have guided them into the correct values, they will only better themselves. They will only teach themselves properly. As Philip Roos said, thank you so much for the positive words. I need to get sleep for night shift. Have an awesome day. No problem. Thank you to you, man. Urbanus Barnos also saying, lekker dag. Sal later kyk. Is uit 'n pype na nagskof. Yeah, sorry guys. Night shift. So stop making the excuses, guys. It is pointless. You are pushing yourself into a mindset that is not right. It is not going to get you anywhere in this life. It is not going to further your life. It is not going to improve anything. It is not going to better anything. The only way we can better this, the only way we can fix this is if we start teaching ourselves to be better. If we look in the mirror and say, you let me down. And then we work from there. Get up, we work and change. That is the only way this is going to change. The excuses part of these motivational videos for this week is very important to me, because all the other stuff we talk about, minor compared to the excuses we make about why we can't do what we want, why we can't get to where we want to get. It's pointless. absolutely, horribly pointless. Is why it's so important that we spoke about this, that we get through the excuses, because everything else will not work for you if you keep on making the excuses. If you keep on living like there's something else to blame. If you keep living like someone else is your hero, your future self, that should be your hero. Once he or she is your hero, you will always have something to chase. Always be inspired. And to end it off, I want to say one last thing. Hey, wait, Ivan Taljard. It's bietjie laat, maar goeiemôre CJ. What's up, Ivan? That is where you need to make that change. Once you start with Monday, all the other values, but once you start with Monday, that today is the day. And then you move on to Tuesday's message, move on to that next message and realize that we will never have this day again. And then you move on to the next message and you say to yourself that stop wasting time. If you stop wasting that time, start working on something, you will get there. And then you get to today's message and you realize that if you stop making excuses, you will get there sooner. Because now you've already stopped wasting time. You've already stopped putting away all that time that you could have spent doing this and could have gotten over those excuses that you are making and pushing forward and grinding and working the shit out of it to make it. And that is where you make it. And the very last thing I want to say, signing off today, I want to tell you guys, most important thing about this is when you get over all these excuses, start working towards a future. Don't make a living. Make a difference. Think about that for a second. Let it sink in. Install it as a value in your life. Don't just make a living. Don't just live, but make a difference. Once you start making a difference, other people will start making differences in your life, in others' lives. It's important. Make difference, and that will change everything. So thank you guys for signing in with us once again. You guys are beautiful. Love you guys. I will see you next time. Please remember, every morning 8 o'clock, tomorrow morning's episode, another very powerful one to end off our first series for the week, the last topic for this week. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.